You hear about it every day, the stock market. It's on the news, in conversations, and even in movies. But what exactly is it? And why does it matter so much to so many people? Sounds complicated, maybe even scary, right? All those numbers, charts, and fast-talking traders can make it seem like a world reserved for experts, but at its core, it's just a giant marketplace where people buy and sell pieces of companies, shares, or stocks. Imagine a bustling bazaar, but instead of fruit or clothes, what's being traded are tiny ownership stakes in businesses. When you own a share, you own a slice of that company and a claim on its profits. It's like having a seat at the table, no matter how small, in some of the world's biggest companies. This isn't just for Wall Street big shots. The stock market is for everyone: teachers, students, parents, and young professionals. It's about building wealth and putting your money to work so it can grow over time. Think of it as planting a money tree. Invest in a great company, and as it grows, so does your investment. Over years, even small investments can blossom into something significant. The stock market is the most powerful tool for ordinary people to build long-term wealth. It's helped millions achieve dreams like buying homes, sending kids to college, or retiring comfortably. It connects companies needing money to grow with people who want to invest. This partnership fuels innovation, expansion, and new ideas. This system didn't appear overnight. It has a wild history, full of ambition and innovation, from humble beginnings in coffee houses to the high-tech trading floors of today. It's evolved alongside society. Understanding where it came from helps you see how it works today. The lessons of the past shape the opportunities of the present. The stock market is the pulse of the global economy, reflecting our hopes, fears, and bets on the future. Every trade tells a story about what people believe will happen next. When the market's up, we feel confident. When it's down, we get nervous. It's a mirror of our collective optimism and anxiety, but its fundamental purpose remains. Connecting capital with opportunity, it's a bridge between dreams and reality. It's funded innovation, created jobs, and built the modern world. From railroads to smartphones, the stock market has powered progress. And yes, you can be a part of it. Today, with just a few clicks, anyone can start investing and join this incredible journey. We're about to take a quick journey through time to see how this incredible engine was built and how it continues to shape our world. Buckle up, let's get into it. End scene. Let's rewind to the year 1602 in the bustling city of Amsterdam, a place where the air was thick with ambition and the scent of spices. At this time, spices like pepper, nutmeg, and cloves were worth more than their weight in gold, and the city was obsessed with securing these treasures from distant lands. But getting those spices wasn't easy. It meant embarking on perilous, months-long voyages to the East Indies, braving unpredictable storms, pirates, and the constant threat of shipwreck. The risks were enormous, and the costs even higher. No single merchant could shoulder such danger or expense alone. So a group of visionary Dutch merchants came together, pooling their resources and their hopes. They formed a new kind of company, the Dutch East India Company, or VOC. For the first time, they sold shares to the public. Anyone with a bit of savings could buy in and become a part owner, sharing both the risks and the rewards of these daring expeditions. This was nothing short of revolutionary. Suddenly, thousands of ordinary people, shopkeepers, artisans, even laborers, could own a piece of a massive trading empire. The VOC raised more money than any company before it, building vast fleets of ships and establishing trading posts all across Asia. Their reach and influence grew rapidly, changing the face of global commerce. If disaster struck and a ship was lost at sea, the financial blow was spread among all shareholders. No one person was ruined, the risk was shared, making bold ventures possible. This was the birth of the limited liability company and the world's first publicly traded stock, a groundbreaking concept that would shape the future of business. Shareholders received dividends, a share of the profits, whenever the ships returned home, their hulls packed with precious spices and goods from the East. As the VOC's fortunes grew, so did the value of its shares. Soon a lively secondary market emerged, with people buying and selling shares among themselves, eager to profit from the company's success. Now, investing wasn't just about collecting dividends. People began speculating, betting that share prices would rise, and hoping to sell at a profit. A new era of finance was dawning. the stock market was born, a place where risk, reward, and opportunity were shared by all and where fortunes could be made or lost in a single trade. This simple yet powerful idea changed the world of finance forever, laying the foundation for the modern economy. For the first time, ordinary people could participate in global trade and wealth creation. The revolution had truly begun, and its impact would echo through centuries. The world would never be the same. End scene. With VOCE shares in hand, people needed a place to trade. At first it was chaos. Trading happened on bridges and in alleys. The solution? Coffee houses. These became the first stock exchanges. Imagine the scene: smoke, coffee, shouting, deals struck with a handshake. Coffee houses became information hubs. News and rumors moved markets in minutes. This system spread to London, where Change Alley's coffee houses became the heart of English stock trading. These weren't just trading floors, they were social clubs and news centres. Eventually, the business outgrew coffee houses. In London, rowdy brokers formed their own club, which became the London Stock Exchange. Amsterdam built a dedicated exchange even earlier. Moving from coffee houses to formal exchanges brought order and respectability. The foundation of modern stock trading was set. End scene. The stock market idea crossed the Atlantic to America. After the Revolution, the US was broke and issued bonds to raise money. Alexander Hamilton created a national financial system, and soon securities were being traded. Early traders gathered under a buttonwood tree on Wall Street. No fancy buildings, just deals in the open air. In 1792, 24 brokers signed the Buttonwood Agreement, creating the New York Stock Exchange. This brought trust and efficiency to the market. The NYSE started with government bonds and a few bank stocks, but the Industrial Revolution changed everything. Railroads, canals, and factories needed huge amounts of capital. Companies sold shares to fund America's growth. The stock market became the engine of the nation's expansion. Wall Street was now about building the future. The American stock market was born. End scene. The 1920s. America was booming, optimism was everywhere, and the stock market soared. It was a time of jazz, flappers, and newfound prosperity. The country was electrified by innovation, and the promise of easy wealth seemed to be within everyone's reach. Ordinary people jumped in, hoping to get rich quick. For the first time, investing wasn't just for the wealthy elite. Teachers, factory workers, and shopkeepers all wanted a piece of the action. The catch: many bought stocks with borrowed money, buying on margin. This meant you could control a lot of stock with just a little cash up front. You only needed a small down payment, the rest was borrowed. It was a risky bet, but as long as the market kept climbing, it seemed like a sure thing. As long as prices rose, gains were huge. Fortunes were made overnight, and the excitement was contagious. But if prices fell, losses were devastating. Investors could lose more than they put in, and panic could spread like wildfire. In 1929, the party ended. The warning signs had been there, but few wanted to believe the good times could stop. Black Thursday hit, panic spread, and margin calls forced mass selling. The market's confidence was shattered almost overnight. With everyone selling and no buyers, prices collapsed. Black Tuesday followed, total freefall. The crash was relentless, wiping out years of gains in just days. Fortunes vanished in hours, and the economy spiraled. Businesses shuttered, and families lost everything they had worked for. The Great Crash triggered the Great Depression. Millions lost savings, banks failed, companies collapsed, unemployment soared, and hope faded for many Americans. It was a brutal lesson in the dangers of speculation and debt. The era of easy money was over, replaced by hardship and uncertainty. The aftermath led to major reforms, like the creation of the SEC to police the market. Lawmakers realized the system needed rules to protect investors and restore trust. The stock market would never be the same. New regulations changed how Wall Street operated, and caution replaced reckless speculation. The lesson: investing isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes patience, discipline, and a clear understanding of the risks involved. Risk and reward go hand in hand. Every investment carries uncertainty, and smart investors never forget that. The market can build wealth, but it can also destroy it. History reminds us to respect its power. Caution and regulation became the new watchwords. Safeguards were put in place to prevent another disaster of this scale. The market survived, but it had changed forever. Its lessons still echo today, shaping how we invest and how we protect our financial future. End scene. After the Depression and World War II, America boomed. The stock market became a tool for long-term wealth, not just speculation. Blue-chip stocks and mutual funds made investing accessible and safer for everyone. Diversification became the golden rule. The market fueled innovation, jobs, and prosperity. It became central to middle-class financial planning. The stock market was now for everyone, not just the elite. For decades, the market was all shouting traders and paper orders. Then came computers. In 1971, Nasdaq launched as the first electronic stock market. Technology companies flocked to it, and trading became faster and more efficient. The internet put the market in everyone's hands. Online brokers made investing easy and cheap. The dot-com boom sent stocks soaring, but the bubble burst in 2000. Still, technology transformed the market forever. Now, trading is global, instant, and accessible to all. The old rules still apply, but the game is faster than ever. End scene. Today's market is almost entirely electronic. High-frequency trading algorithms dominate, moving billions in milliseconds. ETFs, exchange-traded funds, let you buy baskets of stocks instantly. Anyone can invest, even with just a few dollars and a smartphone. Information and access are everywhere, but volatility and complexity have increased. Social media can send stocks on wild rides. Still, the core idea remains, connecting capital with ideas. You can own a piece of the future. The market is open to all. 4 centuries of stock market history, booms, busts, and everything in between. The simple idea of public ownership unleashed a force that built the modern world. The market funds progress, railroads, medicine, technology, and more. For individuals, it's a chance to become owners, not just consumers. You don't need a fancy degree, just patience, discipline, and curiosity. The tools are in your hands. Don't be intimidated. The market is for everyone. It's a testament to human ingenuity and collective enterprise. The market recovers, innovates, and drives the global economy forward. Your journey as an investor is just beginning. There's always opportunity somewhere. Go out there and find it. Booyah!